In tonight's special report, cancer survivors from around the country spent the week on Capitol Hill urging Congress to stop legislation that would prevent access to diagnostic scans like mammograms. 5 News' Ashley Ketz sat down with a local survivor who explains why federal cuts may make it harder for patients to get life-saving tests in rural states.
The importance of early cancer detection is something Robin Guadagnini knows firsthand. It saved her life.
I always say I'm one of the lucky ones because I got off with just having to have a lumpectomy. A few lymph nodes were removed. There was no lymph node involved and it had not spread anywhere.
The now 7-year breast cancer survivor serves as an advocate on the local level, but this Fayetteville native never dreamed of what would happen next.
I very calmly said, I think that sounds really nice. Let me check my schedule. And I hung up my cell phone and went, they asked me to go to D.C. to speak to Congress.
The only representative from Arkansas, Guadagnini was also the only breast cancer advocate invited to speak at the White House.
We were to tell our story and show them a face of why it's important for them not to just arbitrarily cut reimbursement for medical imaging.
Guadagnini says for rural states like Arkansas, the Deficit Reduction Act would cut down on the availability of medical imaging services, ultimately reducing local patients' access to mammograms, MRIs, and CT scans.
Right now, most rural areas are utilizing their machines on around a 50% basis, which means they're using their machines about 50% of the time. And even then, they're booked up, if you've ever tried to call for a mammogram, for quite a few weeks out.
It has to do with Medicare's reimbursement formula, which is used as a guideline for insurance and billing purposes at the doctor's office. Proposed legislation in the U.S. House would raise the rate from 50 to 75%, meaning doctors would have to see 25% more patients to be eligible for reimbursement.
If insurance isn't going to pay for it, most people aren't going to do it, which then means that they would probably fall by the wayside.
While the increase might not affect urban areas, Guadagnini fears it will hurt the local clinics and force patients to drive to Little Rock or Tulsa and wait even longer to get in.
If that would take place, then I feel like that probably our area here would not be able to sustain itself.
In Fayetteville, Ashley Ketz, 5 News.
Guadagnini hopes Congress will realize the savings that come with early detection. She says catching the disease early cuts down on treatment costs, making it cheaper for everyone in the long run. Now, since Congress is in recess, discussion of the bill is expected to continue next month.